Around here, if a new Sulfur update drops and it includes any new weapons, I like to make a build video for them. Skrip's Updeet blessed us with 2 new guns, a Socom ACR, which is a burst fire assault rifle, and a Terrier URB, a pistol that only shoots sideways because it's more gangster that way. Luckily for us, the Socom ACR and Terrier URB are both great guns out of the box, and you could realistically do whatever you want with them when you're building. You could be a plain Jane, slap on your holy fire, some damage oils, and make a really solid gun out of the Socom ACR. Or you could play with rockets. Let's do that one. Maybe more important than the new items added is the inspect tool. So you should try to make sure to use it when you're building out your gun. It's just going to make your life so much easier. I also want to mention Kevin's build helper. I don't love the name, but the tool is very useful. It was made by a prominent Sulfur community member named Vern. There's a lot of great detail and hard work put into this. You could use it to experiment with enchantments and attachments or different guns. Whatever powerful enchantments you might not want to waste, or maybe even you don't want to waste any time having to run to the blood fountain to try out all this new stuff. You can even like clone builds and stuff, or like just do like random stuff. That's kind of neat. I mean, this isn't an advertisement or anything. I think it's a really neat system they made here. They also got a YouTube channel where they make music and stuff. Everybody loves this guy, all right? You could find him in the Sulfur Discord if you want to say, hey, thanks, buddy. Now let's get back to explosions and rockets and stuff. So if we want to shoot some rockets out of our Socom ACR, what's the first thing we should do? Chisel it to 50 BMG, right? Sure, we could start there, but after that, let's throw on the scroll of rocket launcher. These little puppies used to not feel any of the effects from bullet drop, but with Skrip's Updeet, that is no longer the case. However, they're faster now, they seem to be a little bit stronger in my opinion, and they look cooler too, which I think is actually kind of important. You can use them to blow up cracks to get to secret rooms, blow up loot containers, or even blow up somebody's face. I mean, explosions are great for a lot of different things. Seeing that the ACR is a 3-round burst, you can get a lot of rockets out all at once, especially if you throw the gun crank on. That turns your gun from semi-automatic to fully automatic, leading to unlimited chaos until you have to reload. While we're here, I also threw insurance on every single gun. There's no reason to leave home without it, as well as a laser sight on every piece, but I don't have unlimited gold laser sights. I would use that if I was you. If you have unlimited of those somehow, use those. For me, I just threw whatever colors I thought would look cool. For this Socom ACR, as far as a barrel goes, I put on the A12C muzzle brake to help ease up on some of that recoil we're getting from the 50 BMG. 50 BMG raises the damage of your gun by a significant amount. I want to do it again. So I threw glass cannon oil on, which gives us plus 50% damage at the cost of minus 25% durability. I didn't even mention this gun starts with a crazy high durability of 4,700. What? Alright, pause for a second because I gotta admit that I was a little rushed when making this video. I didn't have a lot of time and I wanted to get you guys something as quickly as possible, and somehow I waited until now to look at the stats for these guns, and holy smokes, is this thing just great across the board. It makes sense why it feels so strong right out of the box. I just had to give it a couple of flowers here because this is incredible. My goodness. I'm not complaining though. That just means I can put GC oil on without taking away too much from the gun or damaging it in any kind of way. While we're here, why don't we double the fun and throw on tandem oil. Minus 15% damage, plus 100% projectiles, and then unfortunately plus 0.7 spread because we can't have anything nice. Honestly, spread isn't that much of a factor with this gun. It's a bit of a spray and pray situation. Kite enemies, line them up, and then just blow through them with a bunch of rockets. You can do it fast too with instant oil, which disables aiming but gives plus 150% bullet speed. Since we're getting such a massive amount of bullet speed there, we can freely use slow punch oil, which gives us plus 50% damage and minus 50% bullet speed. You won't really notice that bullet speed nerf because of how awesome instant oil is. Plus, only weenies are worried about aiming when it comes to rockets. Just fire blindly, forehead. The big change to Matrix oil is now the bullet's forces are reset after 3 seconds. That means after their super sluggish start, they're going to drop straight down. down. Finally, the perfect oil for an airstrike gun. You shoot the bullets in the air, you run away, they come right back down, and kabloom. You also have the option of shooting them directly in front of you and creating something of a rocket wall. Listen, whatever you choose to do, just remember to wear protection. Also remember to make it a 12 gauge, because why the hell not? More rockets, more fun. I also threw a gun crank on because tap firing is a bit taxing and I don't want to do much right now. Arachnoid oil will slow your bullets down by 80% but give them plus 10 bounces. This helps for when the bullets eventually do hit the ground, giving them a chance to bounce around and doing some additional damage. When we're going for as many explosions as possible, suppressive oil is perfect. It might seem a little scary with minus 200% accuracy when moving, minus 40% damage, plus 2.1 spread, but you do get the plus 300% projectiles. That's what's nice about it. And it really helps us to boom, 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 explosions, carpet bomb, blanket bomb, boom. Don't worry, these rockets aren't rotting my brain that much. I'm just becoming torquified. See, I even made a new word.
Sentence had too many syllables. Apologize!
For the last enchantment, I was a little worried about putting slow punch on and almost put on glass cannon oil instead, but I didn't really notice too much of a difference. So I gave the edge to slow punch and also a nice orange laser sight. The one with glass cannon gets the poopy butt laser sight, you loser. But you're free to do whatever you want, it doesn't make you a poopy stinkhead. As always, these videos are more about inspiring you to try some things or maybe learning about some changes to enchantments, just what I've been goofing around with. It's just shop talk. And let me tell you this, I would have loved to be in there for the shop talk when they were coming up with the Terrier URB, because the design itself is hilarious, but also it's really strong for some reason. It gets a weirdly high starting damage value number. I'm not sure why it's like that. I'm a little worried it was an accident, so make sure to play around with it while you can. Because of that, I wanted to make a one-shot build, something really strong to take advantage of those numbers, but I didn't really fall in love with anything I made. You can check this one out, but I wasn't in love with it, alright? It's just got a 50 BMG, suppressive oil, slow punch, glass cannon, ascetic, terminator, sniper scope, laser sight, this one's magenta, insurance, yada yada. I don't know. I just couldn't fall in love with it, but I wanted to give you guys multiple builds for each gun just because that gives you more, and more is better. Maybe I should have just made more explosion guns. Whatever, fuck that gun. Let's move on to the Terrier URB build that I actually respect and am proud of for existing. We're gonna gun crank it. We're gonna put on a poop light. That can't be the right one. Oops. Hold on. I don't have time to fix that right now. Let's just stick with the poop laser sight. I think this one was supposed to be magenta, not the other one. God damn it. And then a Hochland flash hider, which has given us minus 0.2 spread and minus 20% recoil. What was on the other guys? What was on the other Socom ACRs? Did I mention that? Oopsie daisy, I guess I forgot to put barrel attachments on the airstrike ACRs, so I mean, you can just put whatever you want on there. It's your choice. It's an interactive experience. We're learning together. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about the cool Terrier URB already. The idea I had here was turning it into an accurate SMG. I don't know exactly what spurred that idea, but I do know for certain that we need stable hip on this thing. That'll give us minus 62% recoil and it'll disable aim. And with the Hochland flash hider barrel, everything should feel really comfortable when you're running around with this. If we're being honest, the mag size is a little low for an SMG. It's too bad the ammo consume chance oils were nerfed so badly, but we'll deal with what we got until we get some enchantments or attachments that affect mag size. At least I hope that's what happens eventually. Gunslinger oil will make it so this gun is at least usable for now. Our aim was already disabled with stable hips, so we don't get any real negatives here. We just get plus 75% reload speed. If we want to keep the disable aiming ball rolling, we can throw potshot oil on, giving us plus 35 flat rate damage. 9mm have a really low starting damage value, so this is great for us. Yippee, we're thriving. You remember when I said I wanted this thing to be accurate? Well, dead center oil is gonna help with that. Hochland flash hider and stable hip oil are overkill when it comes to recoil protection for a 9mm gun, so we can throw this on without having to worry. And then we threw slow punch on because that bullet speed nerf isn't that noticeable, and 50% damage increases 50% damage damage increase. So those were some of my favorite builds I was able to craft up when playing with these guns, and then also a couple that I didn't like as much. But I'm sure I'd love your build ideas if you put them in the comments and let all of us absorb your knowledge, you great sulfur being. I'm talking to every one of you, by the way. Every single one of you is getting gassed up right now. And then I'm also going to gas up the members too, right? Because that's just what we do around here. I mean, they deserve all that love. After all, these folks give some extra support to my family and I every month, and they don't have to do that, but they do it anyways. If karma actually existed outside of Fallout and Reddit, these guys would be overflowing with the good stuff. I'm sorry that this video probably took a while to come out. I had to take 4 days to go to California for a funeral, and it was a big road trip, and it took a lot of time to get everything in. But we're back now. We got the wheels churning. I got some great ideas I'm gonna do, but also feel free to request some. I always look forward to your guys' requests. This is a kind of a boring outro, isn't it? Hey, Beanie's gray, though. Nah, it's usually black. Couldn't find the black one. I think it's in the car, and I was too lazy to go out there and get it. So, gray beanie's kind of interesting, really.